Here with reaction, Ohio GOP gubernatorial candidate who's up by a whopping 60 points, according to the recent poll. No reason to talk about that race for a while. Vivek Ramaswamy is with us. Congratulations on your poll numbers. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
I think he was pushed. I think he coordinated. It's a guess on my part. I have no evidence of that. I don't think he was with Joe Biden earlier, and he didn't say a word. Why all of a sudden did he do it?
Well, as you recall, there was a moment where the Democratic gods that be decided, Sean, that they were going to abandon Joe Biden and jump ship to Kamala Harris. The truth of the matter is, though, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, that's history for us. They're in the rearview mirror. And I would like, 6 months from now, I would say, Sean, if we're still talking about Joe Biden, that means we missed the plot on our own side. So later this year, I'd like our memory of Joe Biden to be approximately the same as Joe Biden's memory for much of anything. And I think that would serve us well, chasing our future ahead. The Democratic Party's lost in the wilderness. They got to figure out who they are. That's their job to do. Frankly, if they continue bending the knee to racial identity politics and sexual and gender identity politics, they're going to remain lost in the wilderness. If they choose to become a center-left party with nuanced positions on immigration and economic policy, they can be tougher to beat. But that's for them to figure out. For our side, this is all about chasing the future, and I'm excited for what's ahead, and George Clooney can go the direction of Hollywood for all I care.
I see very few of those voices. We saw the bingo cards that wouldn't stand for mothers that lost their children at the joint session speech. All right, moving on. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Jimmy Kimmel, who's not funny, ripped Trump supporters, calling them, quote, a bunch of animals. And isn't this the same Jimmy Kimmel? He was the host of The Man Show. Isn't this the same guy that wore blackface, sexually harassed women for laughs? Maybe the woke left, maybe they should be paying attention to what he's doing. Take a look.
This game show is called Guess What's in My Pants. Now, I've stuffed something in my pants, and you're allowed to feel around on the outside of the pants. You have 10 seconds to then guess what is in my pants. You ready?
Set.
Go.
It looks like...
You should use two hands.
Karl Malone never seen no flying saucer himself, but if he do, that's going to be a spooky time.
Mr. Disney, Bob Iger, you proud of that? Does Mickey Mouse approve that message? Well, I think all of these late-night shows, because they've gotten so hardcore left, are all on cancellation watch, and their ratings would kind of back me up on that. Your thoughts?
Well, look, I think there's a reason why people are watching Greg Gutfeld more than they are Jimmy Kimmel. And as funny as Greg is, I would say it is as anti-funny as these people on the other side have also become. And so they're helping us out a little bit. The fact of the matter is they've lost the plot. I don't think they're in touch with where a majority of Americans are. There's 100+ million people in this country, Sean, that are sick and tired of that woke orthodoxy. And I think that the opportunity we have is to actually revive American culture for most of those Americans. 80% of us are on the same side of this.
Congrats again on the polls. Vivek Ramaswamy. More Hannity.